What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with some Once Upon a Galaxy. It has been a minute since I have played this game, and since then, there has been a full collection reset. So we will be earning a bunch of cards and playing some fun Galaxy. There's probably been a handful of changes since the last time I've played. I'm kind of going in a little bit blind in that aspect, but also still fairly familiar with the game. I do think the game also will tutorialize or at least give me easy mode for some of these first few games. I believe that I read that on the Discord, so this might be a rather easy one, but I mean, I guess that just means we'll go for Thing in the Ice here. Our captain options are Thing in the Ice, Athena, and Chief Evil Officer. When you golden a villain, double this bonus. Okay, cool. They made this a little bit more exciting. Give your characters that are KO'd or survive a buff, or just get double of a captain power. That seems like a cool one to me. Let's go with Thing in the Ice to start off with. And I suppose there's no real rhyme or reason to whatever we grab first here. Yeah, I'm inclined to try to lose potentially, especially if this is a tutorial mode where it's pretty unlikely that we lose. I'm not sure if these are real players or if they're just bots. All right, looks like we can manage to find a loss here, in fact. And I don't know where the music went. Can we get that back? I'm not sure, but we'll get the sounds on here as well. All right, we get our first silver. Oh yeah, might as well take a mysterious egg. That seems good. We could keep rolling with the eggs. We could roll up a Daughter of Athena. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I see some new artwork on some cards that did not previously have it. Mysterious egg on turn 2, I believe, is the ideal time to pick it up, if my memory serves me. I'm not going to do the math on that one. Let's just go for Daughter of Athena here real quick, though, and then could make some nice progress on the daughter. I think I'd rather also start working towards the stepmother, though, and seeing what we can find there. Does look like we will manage to grab a win on this one. Oh, no, we actually grab a tie. All right. Would have rather taken a win or a loss, but that is fine. And now Mysterious Egg ticks down to 2. I think that's exactly what I was hoping for with it. Let's grab Daughter of Athena, grab our first treasure, and Secret Map is probably a good first treasure, even if we might not be super likely to show it off in a game like this, because we're just going to win before it's super relevant. The more things that we do like this, the more likely we are to show it off. Elven Tools, now with some nice colorful artwork here, is good with Jack in the Box. Sorry, kind of going through all of this a little bit fast on the idea that you've probably seen Once Upon a Galaxy before. I don't know if I should tutorialize it to any extent. Probably should, because maybe there's some people that haven't seen Once Upon a Galaxy in a minute. So every turn you get to see 2 shops and then you battle. And the matches are lobby based. So you saw all of those names show up. This is probably not the best way to just jumpstart the tutorial, but here we are regardless. There's 2 different ways to grab treasures. You can complete quests. She said recruit 3 heroes, and there's also, you can gold cards to grab a treasure, which means that you've selected 3 copies of them. When you take the silver copy of a card, you get a bonus shop. When you take the gold copy of a card, you don't get another free pick, but you do get a treasure from that. So we can either grab Twin Shot, we can grab Relic, which says at the start of each turn, give +2/+2 to a random slot. That's probably good. You can buff up cards, or you can buff up slots. So this just gives the first slot, which means this slot will have it, and you can switch cards in and out of that slot to buff them up. I think we will go for Relic because it kind of scales, and where do I put this to take it? I just put it right here. Cool. Our treasures appear along the bottom. I kind of want to lose hearts in order to activate Thing in the Ice, and you lose hearts by losing fights. Here is the full lobby here. It's 6-player lobbies. You lose half a heart if your opponent has 2 or 1 card remaining on their final board, and you lose a full heart if they have 3, 4, or 5 cards remaining. You win back a half a heart if you win a fight while you have half a heart. If you fully lose a heart, you can't win it back just through combats. There are maybe some other ways to heal hearts, but the only way to heal a broken heart is to win a fight with a half heart. So top into it here. I'm still fine with either a win or a loss, because that will either trigger Thing in the Ice or it will heal up my heart as shown. This turn we will crack into, or after this turn we will crack into Mysterious Egg, which will hatch into a random character 1 level higher than my shop. And the reason that I said turn 2 is a great turn to pick it up is because 3 turns later would be turn 5, and every 2 turns you level up. So the first turn we were only seeing common things. Now on turns 3 and 4, we start to see some uncommon things marked by this green gemstone here. And just as a demonstration, currently we are on this phase of the game, then we will face another uncommon shop, and then we will be in the battle. However, if we take this Mysterious Egg, we get a bonus shop, so you can still see there is still 1 more uncommon shop behind this one, and then we will get into that battle eventually. I'm gonna grab Captain Ahab here, another questing character, and I will just put it in over Peter Pan. I'm not reading everything. Most things that I click should come up over on this side of the screen, so if you want to pause and see what all of these things do, that gives you an opportunity to do so. And how about we just meet in a tavern? This gives me a random character of my level, which will be green. And now you can see we're in like a special bonus shop here, indicated by this potion. I guess we could take Symmetry. We don't really have any crazy ways to utilize it. You can also see that our relic has given +2/+2 to Jack in the Box, plus whatever is summoned by Jack in the Box. So that's a pretty reasonable thing. We could take the Symmetry. You'll notice that we have 5 things. If I take something, I think I just did this, I replaced something and the other thing just went away. There's no bench in this game. And the other thing that you can do, I think I will do it here just to showcase it. You can just grab cards and fling them right into this symbol right here, and that will do something actually. It will level up that card if you were to come across it again in the future, if that makes sense. And dang, if they had attacked here, we would have hunted with our Captain Ahab. This now does transform into, you can see that we are now on the blue shops, but the egg transformed into a character 1 level higher than our current shop. So we basically grabbed a turn 7 card off of it. When any character is KO'd, get +2/+2, and pumps are permanent in this game. So this is actually a pretty solid card to be picking up early, especially with Jack in the Box. That will work out well for me. There's no blue cards in this shop, so I could just meet one randomly in the tavern, or I could cycle through Despicable Smee to make some progress on Evil Stepmother's quest. I think that all of those options are kind of fine. Let's just, you meet in a tavern and find a free blue. That seems good to me. And I think I'm actually just going to be done with the Evil Stepmother. Killy says, give me and your other characters +4/+2, which seems fun. And then we actually have a few different strong options right here. Karma Chameleon transforms into a character 1 level higher than your shop. That could be fun. We could pump it up a little bit with Achilles. Tin Man is going to be a little bit too tough to activate here. You have to have exactly 1 full heart. So we'd have to lose 2 hearts in order to make it work. And then Slash has a farewell ability, which is pretty strong to pick up at this stage of the game. So I think I will go for it. And it gives my shot plus, typically it gives my shot +4/+0 every time it dies, but I picked up a Peter Pan earlier that gives all buffs from Fae an additional +1 health. So we're getting some additional scaling on that. Captain Ahab not quite going to get the final hunt, but we do manage to grab a win. I did feel like this one would probably be easy. And then I think what I basically have to do here, let's see, how close are we to buffing up every slop shot? Slot? I don't even know what I was trying to say there. We're not close though, so probably won't go for that. We could just go 4/4/4 on Ahab, maybe move Ahab here. We'll make it likely to activate. And then repair cracked heart when you golden me, refill a heart. Yeah, what I was going to say is like maybe I will just like post this video up as like sort of a tutorialized game and then just play some for fun myself offline. It's mobile. It's a mobile first game, as you can tell by the vertical layout here. So maybe I'll play it a little bit on my phone. And if anything fun happens, I'll showcase it on the channel, or maybe like start to showcase a game a week or something like that. The games are pretty straightforward, but I think I'll want to rank up a little bit more before I really showcase too much content, because I'm not able to do that many exciting things if they're not even killing me, so I don't even get to activate Thing in the Ice here. So maybe we will revisit this game in a little bit. For right now, I'll just cast another spell, because who cares? Maybe it helps Ahab hunt. Okay, we actually do have a little bit of a stronger opponent here. And we'll get to take out the laser shark, and then Captain Ahab will not get to hunt. This one's a tough one to hunt with, to be honest, but it's big enough, it just has to come into play. Oh, this is interesting. So because our dragon egg was silver, that means Frankenstein was also silver, and now on turn 7 immediately, and I do wonder if the game is trying to give me more purple cards here, more epic rarity cards on the first shop of turn 7. But either way, I would love to pick up an epic treasure. Our options are, when you discover a treasure, the left one is a rarity higher. That seems pretty good. Buffs from spells give an additional +7/+7. That is also good. Or just straight up, next turn, get a legendary treasure. Turn 8 legendary treasure. Seems fun to me. So we are going to grab Pandora's box, and we'll see if that pushes me in any directions here. Nothing else super great. I mean, I do think Magnificent is a pretty solid card. So I guess maybe we could cut Achilles. It's doing a fine job. It is hunting a reasonable portion of the time and growing our board. Maybe I just, could also do this. I think for now, let's just do this actually. Yeah, I think that that's good. And let's see what we find in the alleyway here. Yeah, Captain Ahab actually could potentially hunt, but we're still not close to having that happen. Let's see what our legendary treasure is now from Pandora's box. That's going to be Trident of the Tides. Each fight, give your characters +15 attack, and then next turn they get +15 health. Okay, that seems pretty good. Each fight, give all of your characters +3/+1. Again, this is typically +3/+0, but we gave a little bit of a buff to our other, or buff to our fairy buffs is what it is. I still don't really have much of a sense of direction here. This could help me with a little bit of direction. I think I'll just grab Sparkles though. And then I think I'm going to throw this in. Now we actually have some options, because Ship Shape Inspector, we're getting closer to having all of our slots pumped up. We are at 3 out of 5, but I think I'm just going to take Scarecrow. It's a pretty straightforward quest. Pick up 8 cards and it activates, and I will toss Jack for that. I like hunting for quests. It's always fun, even if it's not necessarily the correct move in some scenarios. Puxatawny Phil, still a menace on the game. Oh, wasn't able to click on it here. Yeah, if I have not attacked this fight, summon a copy of it. Really, really good in slot 3. I guess I should also mention, I mean, we're past it at this point, but this game is clearly an auto battler, and your cards attack in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll always attack front row cards first unless they have abilities that say otherwise, and they will randomly attack one of the cards in your opponent's row, whatever that might be. Now we are on turn 9, so we're going to start to see legendary cards and a True Love's Kiss, which will allow us to transform a character into a random character one level higher. We've been playing with Frankenstein for a minute now. Let's turn that into a golden legendary character, and we get Sorcerer's Mop, which is absolutely crazy, especially when it has this crazy of stats. When you summon another character, give it double my attack and health. Double because it is the gold version of it, and this just turned into a pretty crazy high roll. There's actually two interesting options in this shop. We could take a slash free roll, grabbing the silver copy of that, or I think I'm gonna go for Captain Hook, and I think I might just cut Captain Ahab at this point. I do think we could also wind up cutting slash here, keep the Ahab. You know what? I'll try that too. And we can see if I am able to hunt with Captain Hook, then we will give whatever we steal from my opponent basically plus 300 in stats, which I think will be pretty fun for our first look back into the game. Oh, we do get it. We get a Mama Bear with plus 300 stats. Okay, nicely done. We deal a full heart over to that opponent, and there's probably not that many people left in this lobby. We will just keep on growing the Sorcerer's Mop here. And then we've got Goodie Bag, which has Farewell summon a random common character, then give it my stats. That is probably worth putting out there. So we will just replace our first character here. Captain Hook in slot 2 is probably still fine. Captain Ahab in this slot is also probably good. Oh, my opponent's got some big cards. Oh, hold on. This might not be as easy as we thought. We do get an absolutely massive Laser Shark, though, and my opponent's Puxatawny Phil was not able to get attacked into. That card had flying. That's why it was able to hit my backline Mop, which was great for me, actually, because my ranged Laser Shark was then able to take the fight. One other thing, when you get into the finals, only 2 players left in the game, then every fight is worth a full heart. I believe that is how it all works. I'm thinking maybe Silvery Moon the Captain Hook, which will allow me to find another legendary treasure. That is not terrible. And Trident of the Tides pumping up the Mop is still cool. Let's just go for Silvery Moon here. I think this is fine enough. We are close. Oh, actually, we do get to complete the Scarecrow here if we'd like. We could also take Santa Claus, which summons, so that's good with the Mop. Punching Bag, not really going to be great. Conan is really cool because it's a questing card that gives you a legendary treasure. The level of the treasure is decided by what character you gold or quest. So Conan would give us a legendary treasure. However, we can also just grab a common treasure from 3 bags full, and this will count as picking up a card for Scarecrow, and then whatever we pick up here will also count as picking up a card for Scarecrow. Next turn is turn 12, so we get another legendary treasure just from that, and buffs from spells an additional +2/+2, +2 health. I guess we'll take Masterwork Scrolls. Sure, why not? Oh, we also grab an epic treasure. Forgot about that. When you cast a spell on a mage, which Sorcerer's Mop is a mage, you can cast it again on another random mage. So we'd have to find a second mage to allow that to work. We could also use the toy box when we do kind of want to be creating things, but we're not guaranteed to be summoning toys. So we either go for Boots of Magic Find or just Loki's Scepter. I feel like Loki's Scepter gives us reasonable value, especially with the Masterwork Scrolls to just continue to pump up the Mop, so let's go for this. Maybe it's wrong. Only 2 other players left in this lobby, so not that much still to go in this game. They don't take out Captain Hook. Again, we get an insanely big Laser Shark, and here's one other interesting aspect of this game. I did kind of mention that buffs are permanent, so something like this is giving permanent buffs to all of my cards. The Goodie Bag is also a permanent buff, which is really weird, but it summons a random common character and then give it my stats, and then it gives it the Sorcerer's Mop stats, and you might have noticed that Laser Shark was a lot bigger than it was last time, and that is because the first time we summon the Laser Shark, we give it +300, and then the second time we summon the Laser Shark, those stats were permanent. We gave it another plus 300, which actually a plus 400 the second time, which also means if we find a laser shark in the shop, it will just be at 1k. So it is actually a really, really powerful find here. Let's start with Two-Headed Wizard. Picking that up. The next time you cast a spell, cast it again. When you cast a spell, I get +2/+2. And then when you cast a spell, cast it again on another random mage. So that is a pretty nice pickup. We could just use Happily Ever After as our spell. That'll give a bunch of points onto Sorcerer's Mop and is probably fine. Yeah, sure. Let's just do this. Spreads a bunch of points across the board, and at this point I actually think I am over Captain Ahab. We'll look to cut it at some point, but I'm going to put Captain Hook in the back line so that way it is more likely to hunt and actually get us our reward. My opponent lightning bolts me, or no, I lightning bolted them. Oh, because I have a, I can't look at it here, but this casts a lightning bolt at the start, and yeah, I think that we are potentially looking to win this fight now. There are some other things going on that I did not quite get into, but we are able to take the win, and because we have 3 things left, and because it's the finals, we deal a full heart to my opponent. So there it is, Once Upon a Galaxy, slightly tutorialized because I have not uploaded any Once Upon a Galaxy content over the past few months, but I'm hoping to get a little bit more back into this game. With that, we will finish up, and then we earn some cards. There is a little bit of like a deck building aspect to the game where you unlock cards at the end of each game, and then you can put them into your potential pool for future games. So there is a reason to grind it out, and oops, did not mean to hit that button. Let's, you know what? Let's just play another one because that happened, and Thing in the Ice is here again, so we can try to make that work, and maybe I will just try even harder to lose fights at the start of the game, so that way we can actually get a little bit more value out of this. No heroes here, right? Yeah, I will just take Thorn. That's still a pretty good starting pickup, and will not allow me... Oh yeah, I do get a loss here. Nice. So I lose half a heart, and we'll see if we can do that one more time. Not gonna pass up Daughter of Athena though, for sure, and then we'll pick up Stepmother and another turn 2 Mysterious Egg. I mean, yeah, it worked out pretty well for us last time. Got us a golden mop that we were then able to carry into the final fights. We do wind up healing our starting heart, but you know, not much I can do about that. Baby Bear is a hero animal, so suppose I'll pick that up. I do like Cowardly Lion though on turn 3, just because it's got a quest. I like going on quests. And Pan Shadow seems cool too. Sure. Great. See if we are weak enough. I don't think that we are weak enough. Oh, we actually could be. Nope. We are going to win even. All right. Yeah, like I said, I think some of these early lobbies are a little tutorialized for you and a little bit weak, so might not be able to lose them super easily. Ooh, Katamari is all types, which means it triggers for both of these quests. That's kind of fun. It is also a fairy, which means it is getting... It normally only gets +1/+1 when it attacks, but now it's getting +2/+1 because of Pan Shadow. So all of that's pretty fun. And then I suppose we'll finish off with Thorn, which will give us a common treasure. And yeah, I'm just going to cycle through it. It gives up some bonuses to our shops as well. This is cool. Quests give treasures 1 level higher. We're working on 3 different quests right now, so that can definitely provide some nice value. Can the Cowardly Lion get attacked into? Gets attacked into once. All right. Very close to completing this quest then. And we also get the egg. We get a random epic card that's going to be Robin when you recruit a pirate. Both of us, and it's got ranged, which is really good. This gives me, I believe, only 1 quest treasure, but it does give me 2 treasures. So let's grab this first. This is the quest treasure, assumedly. I can either gain an additional heart, which is somewhat synergistic with this Captain Power. I think I will just take Warp Drive engine for the first attack each fight. That has a lot of synergistic things. And then breadcrumbs is a really, really good common treasure. Each turn, you get a free roll, basically. Yeah, bread. You get a bread roll. Robin's bow, fortification. No, we are going to take... So each turn, the first shop will have Lost in the Woods in it, which gives me a bonus shop, which just winds up equating to more or less a free roll because you take this as your shop. So it's not really like you just get a bonus. It kind of just rolls past it. But Blackbeard's Parrot, also quite good because we do want to pick up Pirates for Robin. Oh, and it's a villain for Evil Stepmother. I believe you used to be able to do this. We'll see if you still can. You used to be able to replace Evil Stepmother with the third evil card and still complete the treasure. It looks like you can do that still when one of your villains attacks. These are heroes. These are both villains, though. Could be good. When you cast a spell, buffs from your spells, +1/+1. I think we'll take this. Yeah, seems fine. Cool. And Cowardly Lion gonna die here. Cowardly Lion might not have the opportunity to complete its quest after all. Evil Stepmother cycle. I think I will just grab Lost in the Woods, though. I could actually... This is a pirate and pumps up Robin. Sure. And I'll give Cowardly Lion one more chance. Oh, it's also a pirate, so that's good. Two-Headed Wizard is just a fantastic card, but it will also pump up Merlin's Pointy Hat. Or it could go Billy Bones. I don't think that this needs more stats. Honestly, I think I'll just grab this, but I'll just cycle through it. So now the next spell that I cast gets to get cast again, and I will see a Lost in the Woods on the first shop of the next turn, which means... Oh, hold on. Oh, I thought I was going to get the hunt on Ahab. So close. But what we do get to do here, I'll actually be able to show off a little bit more mechanics with this now. So we can see, yeah, turn 7, maybe I am a little bit more likely to find more epic cards. But what I can do is cast this Lost in the Woods. It will double cast because of my Two-Headed Wizard. And now I actually have a bonus shop here. So I will be able to pick up one thing, this shop, and then 2 more shops before the fight. So that's cool. Let's meet something in a tavern, why don't we? And we can grab a Medusa, which is a mage. So that's pretty good value. Let's get rid of the Cowardly Lion then with that. Maybe 3 bags full? Sure. I would now take the treasure that says on turn 12, get a random treasure. We don't find it. Your front row has Hunt. Is probably good enough. Then Ironcast Dragon, when you cast a spell directly on me, get a random common treasure. That is interesting, isn't it? Hunt, give my slots +2/+2 is interesting. It almost means I don't really need Medusa. Let's maybe just grab Ironcast Dragon here then. Sure. A few different options there, but yeah, this combat worked out perfectly for me. As you can see, I was able to Blackbeard's Parrot and hunt up all of my shops. So yeah, I want to cast spells directly on Ironcast Dragon. Otherwise, it's not really doing too much for me. Ooh, that was a funky sound. Scar says when any of your characters hunt, give villains in your shop +4/+4. Okay, well this gives some definite incentives for hunting, which we are already kind of working with here now. So that seems fun and good. I wonder if we'd even want to go for something like this. This could be interesting. Give your characters +5/+5. Then if you win this fight, an additional +5/+5. Is that because of this or something? Oh, yeah. So normally this only gives +1/+1. I was like, this seems like a really good spell, but it's currently getting +4/+4 from Merlin's Pointy Hat. So +5 on everything is a really, really good value there. And if everything can hunt, because everything has a hunt ability from Bounty Contract and from Blackbeard's Parrot, we will start to really make some big villains in our shop, which we'll see how that plays out for me. But villains in our shop currently have +4/+4. Now they have +12/+12 by the end of that turn. So we can find some big villains here. This is not a villain. This is Bahamut. We could just Lost in the Woods that. We could Oberon, which is also pretty synergistic with some of this other stuff going on. I think I really want Scar backline. Just so that way we can make use of as much of this as possible. But I am just thinking Oberon to continually pump these things up. Sure, it's good enough for now. And then we will make it silver. And we could grab the Wizard of Oz, which doesn't seem super useful other than like pumping this up by one more. I think I might just take a lightning bolt. I think this game is like almost over. Oh, this is a villain? Yeah, that's interesting too. I'll just grab a lightning bolt. I think there's not too much time left in the game, so we will just try to end it as quickly as we can, maybe. I mean, I do want to go for big villains as well. Currently, villains have +24. Let's see if we can find some cool villains. This has got to be a villain, right? When you golden me, keep an extra treasure. Yeah. But am I just cycling through it? That's kind of the issue. Could also see doing this again, which means I've got room to play something else here. I think I will take this two-headed dragon. Oh, wow, Kraken. This is really good, and it is a pirate. Okay, well, this is definitely what we are looking for. Let's toss Ahab or two-headed dragon. I guess we'll just toss the two-headed dragon, keep a full suite of pirates here. But then I think I'm going to move Kraken to this slot, and I could even see doing this. Whenever any of your characters hunt. Yeah, this is fine. Captain Ahab does technically have a built-in hunt, even if Blackbeard's Parrot dies. And then, of course, we do also have the bounty contract. And I just think keeping Robin in the backline, as you can see on this combat, just gives us more win equity, because then it is a little bit protected as a powerful ranged character. When you buff another slot, buff my slot by that much as well. That's a cute one. Let's just get Lost in the Woods, though, here. Look for some more villains. Maybe Silvery Moon the Kraken. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know that there's like any particular treasures or things that I'm looking for, just because I haven't played this game in a while, but like there are potentially cases where looking for an epic treasure is going to be more useful than looking for a legendary treasure. Could use Scarecrow again to try to find an epic treasure. I don't really want to give up anything on my board though, so I'm just going to find a bonus shop of spells. Give a slot +6/+6. If this KOs, give your characters +8/+8. That is pretty big. Oh, let's just do this again. Cool, and just a few more fights by the looks of it. We do also, like, I don't know, maybe want to put in some villains at some point, because we are giving all of the villains in our shops +44, which is pretty ridiculous. I think we will just be taking a epic Robin here, though. It doesn't actually gain that much stats. I could see just cycling through Lost in the Woods, and this is like a really small thing, but it actually pays out immediately. The reason to do that is because then you can still keep Robin in your shop at silver, which will allow you to continue to cycle through it later on. I think I will swap out probably Captain Ahab for the two-headed dragon. Or, you know what? Let's just cycle... Oh, no, but it's really big. But it's not really bigger than Captain Ahab. Yeah, I'm just going to cycle through it. All right, this like hits me. No, it doesn't. Eureka, give a character +11/+11 if it was a mage. We don't have a mage though, so that would have been a reason to pick up a mage potentially. This is a pretty reasonable card that encourages me to pick up more villains. Maybe I do pivot into this now. Sure. Frankenstein's Doctor, also a villain. Sparkles, also a villain. Or just you meet in a tavern. None of these are particularly speaking to me, to be honest. Yeah, but I will just pick up, I guess whatever I pick up also gets +5/+5. Let's give slots +4/+4. This is a good card still too. All right, I'll pick it up. And I will backline Frankenstein's Doctor just because it's so much better in the backline. And then it'll just give me +4/+4 on all of my front row slots each turn. So seems reasonable to me. I think we are very, very close to the end game. I find another villain and it's back to Blackbeard's Parrot we go. This has got to be the pickup. Though I will say, oh, this slot is not pumped up, so Shipshape Inspector will not see that I've got all of my slots buffed. We have not buffed up this slot awkwardly. I think this has got to be the pickup here as both a villain and a reasonable card. We could replace Scar now. It's fine. We're just looking to put the best board out there each turn. True Love's Kiss on the Kraken or on Frankenstein's Doctor. Both of those seem fun. Let's throw it on the dock, huh? So there is a secret level of rarities in the game. I'm glad we were able to show that off in this one as well. Beyond, so at turn 13, you do not level up into the secret rare tier. You stay at the legendary tier, but there are other ways to find secret rare cards like True Love's Kiss, which says summon your last character, or it gives us a shadow that says summon your last character that was KO'd this fight and give it +10/+10. All right, well, that's probably a fine card to backline here. Eureka, oh no, let's take Magnificent, get some more stats on this. Ironcast Dragon, or give all 3 front row slots +5/+5. I think this is probably fine. And are we on the final fight? We are. So this will be the last turn, but we did just in time get to show off a secret rare character with Shadow. So we'll see if any of my front row cards die, and then if Shadow is able to resummon them. Looks like no, because, well, some of my front row cards died, but Shadow did not get close to dying. So that is going to be it for me for this one. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.